Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome, my Aquarius friends and friends of Aquarius. This is the Divine Phoenix Rising Tarot, and hey, I'm Zachary. Thank you guys for joining me here, and welcome to my table. So all messages here are timeless. If this message does resonate with you, then it is for you. Please know that. Aquarius, looking at your energy here in meditation prior, and then we'll get into the tarot. What came through was, and this has been really interesting just as a side note, a lot more words have been coming in for me rather than pictures. Typically things come in as pictures, but it was, I don't know if it's a phrase, a nose and a rose is what came through. So what I think about with a nose and a rose is this concept of like stopping to smell the roses. I feel like there is... maybe you guys are at a point in your life right now where you are finding it difficult to surrender to the sweetness is what comes through, to enjoy the beauty that is very simplistically around us everywhere we go. And you may be caught up in what it is that you do, like your function as a doer. What came through next was a symbol that this came through for Aries a little over a month ago, I think. So I'm going to show this to you here. You can pause to write this out if you want to take advantage of its magic. So this is because, I've written down here, because, be the cause, or like what is the purpose? So the instruction with this symbol is to write this out, to fold it towards you, and then to put it in your wallet or purse. Somewhere where you carry money. I kind of feel like there is this greater balancing that is, number one, being requested and offered to you guys right now surrounding purposeful action, whether that is what you do, like I said, as far as work goes, or what fills your heart. But it's kind of this connection to money specifically is coming through as well. Repurposed leather came through actually as I was just starting filming here too, which makes me think that you guys are being offered an opportunity right now to change the function, not change your skin, but to change the function of your skin, right? There is an encouragement right now to take a little bit more time to smell the roses. Okay, so let's get into your tarot messages. 232 on the timer, then 234. Making progress, I like it. So this is the Fortuna deck we're going to start with. What do we have for Aquarius, please, Spirit? And huge shout out to my channel members. Thank you guys so much for your love and support. If you are interested in becoming a channel member yourself, there is a join button right next to the subscribe under this video and on my main page. I do have personal readings available if you're interested. There's a link to my website in the description that is open and available for now. So check it out if you're interested. And please like, share, comment, subscribe, you guys. I love the support. Thank you. Queen of Keys here. So this is your hope to start. Hopes and dreams. Queen of Swords. So Queen of Keys is about truth. Is about pursuing the truth or honesty. I feel like this is the call. You guys are hoping for this too, or you're wanting to experience this. The call for more authentic, activated action is what comes through. Okay. This very much feels like this is surrounding your purpose, what it is that you do with your time and your energy. And there feels like there might be, like I said, a little bit of an overconsumption of what you do as far as making money, like the importance that you're placing on that. Interesting. Almost like, okay, so with the Queen of Keys here, like you're pursuing this truth and the truth is coming up to you and you're going, no, that's not the truth I want, is kind of the energy that I'm getting here. You're being asked to smell this rose. Okay, let's keep going. So this is the Unknown Tarot, Wild Unknown Tarot that we'll be working with next here. Seven of Wands. I do get this feeling there's like an overprotection of your experience or the way that you engage with this world. And I feel like it's coming out primarily towards money. Okay. What do we have here for Aquarius? 444 on the timer. You guys are being supported right now to see the truth. Don't be scared, or do be and do it anyway. This is a general message, so please keep that in mind, you guys. You are powerful co-creators here. You are intelligent as well. Please use your head, heart, and intuition to decipher which messages are for you. And leave the rest for whoever it's meant for. So, interesting. I had both the Five of Cups and the Five of Pentacles come through as I was pre-shuffling these here for you. So Five of Pentacles, this is like financial issues, health issues, being ostracized or being severed or separated from someone or a situation that you care about. Having the Five of Cups coming through there too, there is this like, there's this disappointment over your own separation or pain is kind of what it feels like. This is your hopes or your fears and aversions, by the way, anxiety. It's like in trying, and this may be the over connection to money right now too, in trying to get back into the warmth here or rid yourself of health issues or financial issues, you're actually bringing them closer to you. Like you're grabbing too tightly. And sorry, they're mowing the lawns outside. Yeah, there's something about needing to like loosen your grip right now. But there's, with this rose here, there's that rose. Hey, a nose and a rose, you guys, a nose and a rose. Thanks for coming. Oh my God. So with the rose here, it's like, I feel like there is this disappointment every time, okay, this rose is disappointed. Interesting. Because you won't smell it, or anytime you do, it's like you're disappointed in simple pleasures. You're hurting the rose's feeling, you guys. Feelings. Interesting. Okay, let's get into this message. So to start, in your general, you guys have 8 of elixirs here, 8 of cups. This is moving away from something. Feeling abandoned can be a part of this too. I get this feeling that you are feeling alone. Maybe people have left you, or situations, maybe you have left those. I feel like what's coming through on that is to shift the way that you're viewing like gain and loss. To identify whether it is a bane or a boon at this juncture is actually stopping the flow. They are both just points on the graph that is the flow. Okay. Interesting. What comes through is like when you're in a valley or a lower point, the name of that energy, I feel like there's this anger, frustration towards experiencing that, and you're like calling out its name with anger. What just came through was, are you calling out the name of the peak, those positive moments, as vehemently as you are the valley? In that already there is an inherently an injustice in the experience. Interesting. Okay, let's keep going. Ace of Cups comes through here next for general. So I do feel like you guys you're being shown where there is an opportunity to fill your cup with grace. Okay. I do feel like we're talking about this dance, like with having that graph, the peaks and the troughs there. Learning to become less rigid, like it's the rigidity of experiencing either the positive or negative, or maybe it's the change in general. You only want to experience the positive. There is a reality that needs to happen here, and that is not real. As a human being, we cannot be up here all the time. We just can't. It's not possible. Even just with our energy levels, like we need to eat food, we need to sleep. You know, there are cycles that we have to remain flexible to bend with. And so that's kind of what I'm feeling here is like you're not abandoned here. You're not left out in the cold. You're being shown how to fill your cup with grace, instead of like out of urgent need. Okay. What else do we have here, please, for Aquarius in the general? 9 of Cups, your personal satisfaction. Hell yeah. He's making cups here too, or like vases. I feel like there is this concept of like a desire or a wish that maybe your desire or wish is to be at this altitude all the time. Your satisfaction comes in here in realizing that you were designed to dance, okay? And maybe that's where you may be losing flexibility here right now if you're experiencing pain or feeling like you're ostracized from something, okay? The way he's making this cup is like a dance as well. There's pressure that needs to be added in certain spots in order to make specific shapes. And that's very similar to your experience here too. So if you view it that way, with the troughs being this pressure that life is providing for you, um, it's not a negative experience. It's actually providing you flair, right? The flair of the cup here. It's actually giving you your uniqueness. Cool. Thanks, Spirit. Okay. So your blessing coming through here. Ooh. Speaking of, 9 of elixirs. 9 of cups. So dovetailing off of what I just said there. Thanks for that transition, Spirit. You guys are being illuminated. I do feel like you get to this point, at least starting to think about smelling that rose. You are the rose, right? Bette Midler's the rose. Learning to appreciate the beauty and uniqueness that has been provided to you based on the pressure and lack of pressure that comes with life, right? In appreciating that dance, it's like it takes those energy reserves from stressing out about where's my foot gonna go next, like allowing yourself to be a little bit more fluid and intuitive in the way that you're experiencing life allows you to tap more into those gifts as well. You are your own wish come true. Ooh, I love that. I love that. Judgment comes through next here in the good stuff. In this deck in particular, they focus on forgiveness. But judgment really is this process of, this is kind of forgiveness in that way, going inside, looking at the components of who you are in your own experience and deciding what it is that you really want to be there or not. You're the one who's in control here. I feel like as you become more flexible and fluid in this experience here, you're also becoming a little bit more flexible and fluid in forgiving yourself. Okay. It's almost like you have this harshness towards the outside world because of the way that you are harsh towards yourself. Like you're resisting smelling the roses because you yourself as a rose as well, maybe you are feeling like this wilted rose. Who would want to smell me? As an example, not literally, maybe for some of you, I don't know, but there's this feeling of like, who would want to pick me? Who would want to take the time on their walk or out of their busy day to smell me? I don't have that beautiful fragrance to provide. And maybe right now, like with judgment too, because this is moving from a life of rot to a life of not rot. Maybe you are in this phase in your life where the bloom needs to be cut. Maybe there's something that needs to be released in an experience. There's something that needs to be released as a part of your experience here so that the energy that was going to, because every rose, every flower will wilt, right? The energy that was going towards making this bloom is spent. And the sooner that you cut deadhead this, as soon as you cut that off, that energy can be diverted to a new bloom. But it feels like there is this over focus on this bloom in particular. And back to that dance, there's this request to flow with where that new bloom is. Okay. Being in your good stuff here, though, this is where you're being supported. Having that 444 come through, you guys are being supported to examine this, to prune, okay? And to feel whatever you need to about that. Like, give yourself grace and compassion too, forgiveness that comes through here. I think there's a lot of forgiveness towards the self that's being talked about in this situation. I feel that you may be blaming yourself, like you're blaming yourself for wilting. And this is a natural process that happens. This has to happen. A rose cannot be forever. It must transfer that energy into another rose, okay? So I feel like there is some forgiveness that needs to happen towards the self too. The moon. So being in what is hidden from you or what's coming that you may not see, you have the moon. The moon here is, it is the subconscious realm. Fears coming up here too. I feel like what comes to mind is you don't see that your engagement with your own fears or disengagement, avoidance, how that is triggering this animalistic side of you. How it's creating this tension where there could be flow, but instead there's tension. And it's really coming from the avoidance of a fear here. And I feel like the fear is the fear of inevitability. That rose was always going to wilt. The entire rose bush, like you are the rose bush, right? You're not just a singular rose, but your focus is on this one rose. Whatever that was, you want to smell that rose for the rest of your life. And what is coming through is that's not possible. It is not possible for something to be the same always. The only constant in life is change. So there's a request to flow with that. Learn to smell your entire bush, right? Not just the one rose, okay? And that's where I feel like what you don't see here is that fear. There is this attachment to the fear that you're losing this one rose. But what you're not seeing is that you're blooming in other areas. Three of Swords comes through here next too. I do feel like you are, how do I say that? In this example we're talking about with the rose bush or flowers wilting, that is going to happen. And it's okay to feel whatever level of grief that you need to, or that you do feel over the passing of this one particular rose, right? Things are shifting. What comes through is like, as an example, there's something you were able to do when you're younger that you've had to shift as you get older. You can't do. Maybe you were a dancer when you're younger and your body just can't take that anymore, and so you can't dance. And the way that other roses would be popping up there would be like maybe moving into more of a teaching role, or you know what I'm saying, or like starting a YouTube channel focusing on dancing. That's kind of the energy that I'm getting, is you're trying to hold on to something that is already gone or leaving and cannot be held on to. So Three of Swords is heartbreak. It is this loss. It's like you've had that fear of losing whatever that was, and as it's being lost, you still have that fear. There's still not a point that you're reaching where you're surrendering to the flow. You're surrendering to that dance, to the dancing. Interesting. We'll move forward here. Your obstacle. The universe, yeah. It's like there's an echo in here. This is the world. There's a major chapter coming to a close, you guys. So whatever this rose is in your life, it is something that was brought all the boys to the yard. Our girls are non-binary humans. It was something that really made you attractive. And this could be physically, could be a skill, could be an energy signature, whatever. But in having this transition past that flower that's wilting, this chapter that's closing, you are not allowing, like you're you're putting your hand in the book there as that's closing, or your foot in the door is kind of what I'm seeing. This door needs to close by the very nature of this experience here. It has to close. Like I said, that rose has to be gone so that other roses can bloom. And there's this refusal to allow this to happen. Nine of Wands comes out here too. What I'm getting from this as far as the obstacle is, like, you have put so much work into whatever that rose was, right? blood, sweat, and tears. Again, like example of a dancer is coming through. Dancers work their ass off. Asses. I don't have a collective ass. They're working their butt off, okay? And there's a lot of things like that. Any sort of skill, you are dominating time and energy in your life to putting towards a singular thing. Protecting that and building that. When something like that is removed, like we don't have access to continue doing that, like losing your voice as a singer, you know? There are many different things that can be taken from us as far as like having access to whatever this rose was. There is a refusal, like there is no success outside of this experience. And what you're being told here is there is. Like you're impaling your own experience here by not allowing it to shift. Okay. Advice here for Aquarius on approaching this challenge. King of Wands. What comes through here for me is there is like a request to lean on people, to bring others into your experience. Like a leader does not, it's kind of messy, Spirit. A leader does not need to physically lead. Like, in this life, when we're talking about leading or being a leader, this doesn't mean that you need to physically be at the front of a group. Come on, guys. Like if there is something that has been taken away from you as far as access to, use the example of dancing, what you're being called to do is find different ways to experience this energy or to enlist other people into this energy too. What was lost from you, give to others. There's this request to step away from arrogance over your own experience, to allow yourself to be human. And grieve if you need to, okay? Feel joy if it was a release of a burden, okay? So let's get into your animal spirit energy here, please, Spirit. What do we have for Aquarius? This is the Wild Unknown Animal Oracle deck. Ooh, this feels painful, you guys. Phoenix. Yes. Phoenix. I am actually going to read this one from the book. Maybe. Don't mind me dropping things. Phoenix. It does feel very much like something's burned down, having that a wistful rose. Having the wilted rose, excuse me. I feel like something's burned down. Something's come down for you guys. It's time to rise. Phoenix, freedom from suffering and past karma, reincarnation. The phoenix represents the transformation of our past. It doesn't mean running from it, denying it, or burning bridges with rage. The phoenix employs an advanced technique described in yoga as the burning of impurities through practice and dedication. The essence of the phoenix is with us when we realize we have been suffering too long and something must change. Yeah, we take a stand and decide to live consciously instead of being driven by the unconscious mind and its long list of fears and aversions. Yes, taking the reins back into your own hands. At that very moment, the spark of the phoenix is lit, and the great bird helps us burn through our baggage. We no longer run from who we are, what has happened to us, or what we have done. The stuckness and dead weight fall into the ashes, and a lightness and clarity emerge. So trimming that rose, you guys. As the stagnancy continues to smolder, the phoenix lifts our spirits up, and we begin to recognize ourselves again. We may catch a glimmer in our eye that wasn't there before. Look closely. It's a sign the fire of transformation is upon your wings. And I feel very strongly that you guys are going through this powerful transformation right now. And the focus is on the fact that like this rose is wilting and not knowing what to do with it because you can't resuscitate it. When around it there is this like beautiful blooming. You may have every other rose on the bush that's blooming, but this one is your focus. So the phoenix coming through here is offering you, 2442, is offering you this energy to burn it up, to release it in a healthy way. Maybe writing it down and literally burning it would be helpful for you. Ah, that's okay. That makes sense why this is coming through here too. The because to help you find your next bloom. Okay, as that one is saying goodbye, you're looking for your next bloom. So let's pull an oracle card for you guys here to close us out. I was encouraged to use the Blue Angel Oracle for you today. So what do you have for Aquarius, please, Spirit? In these crazy times. The Orion Gate, number 33. I do feel this quality of expansion, like expanding into love. I'm going to read this from the book here too. Service. What is more important, being of service to others or being of service to yourself? What is the function of a rose? This is a recurring dilemma for you to reconcile. Know that service to others can only be sustained when you look after your own needs. You cannot honor life and the universe when you do not honor yourself. Acknowledge this great truth quietly within your loving heart. Does it not make sense to you? Stand before the light of love and allow it to dissolve any lingering traces of guilt. It is possible to be of service to humanity without sacrificing your own needs. All it requires is love, great love. So love is the light of your soul. It is a flame of knowledge that stems from deep within the heart of creation. I feel like you guys are being asked to tap into the depths of creation right now. Allow that to feed your rosebush, right? You got this, Aquarius. I know that this feels like a very, very tricky time. Like I said, crazy. I'm going to leave this here and move into the extended. If you'd like to join me there are links in the description. You can check that out, purchase individually, or join a membership to have access to them all. And I do have private readings available. Like I said, if you're interested in that, you can check out my website. Okay. So I love you, Aquarius. Thank you guys for joining me here. I will see you all very, very soon. Be well.